welcome back to another episode of the House of Aquarius podcast. It's your boy Make-A-Wish here. Sorry, wrong one. It's your favorite Aquarius here, Make-A-Wish. Sorry, wrong channel. So, I was actually looking over some past old stuff I did for the channel, and there was one that I was listening to for some content that said, you know what? I didn't like that one too much. There were some things, the first, a little bit about that was a little cringeworthy in my opinion. Somewhat because I made an error and I kept going to error and then fixing because of error. And then, this little thing. Actually, I'm going to put it right here because I don't want to delete it because that's history in the making, you know what I'm saying? I want to put that right there. So you guys check it out because it's going to be the reverse of this. It's going to be the reverse of this. All right. So that one right there was something else, but it inspired me to do this one now. I want to do it the other day, okay? So we're going to do, considering the fact that it's a little season right now, Leo female, yes, Leo female with a Gemini male. All right. The best thing about it, because like I said, as I was going through, I had a realization that these two, not all signs are exactly male, female versions of signs aren't exactly neck and neck of things. So there's some discrepancies, and I've been realizing that over the past, year or two or so, like how much they differ sometimes in regards to characteristics. And this is one of the ones here too, like that one I said, well, I kind of want to redo it simply because I got a little more information now from real life information, not just reading the books or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing people do stuff, actually testing things. All right, it's becoming like I want to redo that for that very reason. But this one here, though, like I said, this Leo female with Gemini male. Where do I want to start? First thing first, I'm gonna get this out there before I mess anything up. Whew. Leo is a fixed sign. Leo is a fixed sign. Fixed signs. They like to maintain things, do things, they keep things going from where things are at. We're not talking about the seasonal part, just talking about just that in general by itself. They make things better from where they're at. We have Gemini, this Gemini male with a beautiful sign. Versatile, versatility, changing, making things up, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Willing to accommodate and work around through change. That's what they do best. And the situation would be a little great. All right, fire sign, air signs. We got fire sign, the Leo, with the air sign, Gemini. As you look back and hear a bunch of information from other sources, other more generalized sources. Well, one thing I heard recently, some of this AI empowered stuff. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. Because the air sign, fire signs go great together. They go real great together, quote unquote. Same thing with earth signs and water signs. They go great together, quote unquote. That's why I do these things, because I like to break down how each sign characteristic manage with the other one. A lot different than just it should be together like this. No. In this situation here, this one's not too bad. And last but not least, because they're both air signs, fire signs, they're both masculine signs, so they're more outward expressive of their expressions. Outward expressions. They're more verbalized than their expressions. So they let you know for the most part, all right? So we're gonna leave that right there. There's no jump off there. Going into this, like I said, this coupling is interesting. One of the best things for this coupling here, because Leos, as I said many times before, Leo females are they're complicated, to say the least. All right, they're very strong, independent women. That's the best way to put them. And this situation here, involving this Gemini male, that may or may not be too big of an issue. I mean, there could be a thing. but it'd be a negative thing too, depending on how you look at this, okay? So, one thing that I've been constantly seeing through my analysis of people is that Geminis, because Gemini sign, you know what I'm saying, they tend to be open to doing a lot of things. Open to doing this, doing that, hop around, blah, blah, blah. They know a lot about a lot. That's simply how it is. And they tend to get bored easily with what they're doing. Not say easily, but they get bored with what they're doing, they move on to the next idea. Kind of like an Aries, just in a Gemini way. Gemini male here has to be consistently mentally stimulated from the Leo female for this relationship to actually be, not necessarily that has to be a nice big budding thing, but the fact of the matter is it's a known constant that has to be done. And in that same regards, this Leo female is going to need a certain amount of adulation and appreciation and gratitude for the stuff that she's doing, because she's going to be very generous doing a lot of stuff. In the situation, more than likely than not, if I was a game of the man, and I am, if this is the mother channel, I'd be willing to say that the Gemini male will probably have less than the Leo female. So, going to this, in a situation with something like this, I don't want to say it's very common with Gemini males, but Gemini males, I've noticed, tend to do one of two things. They like to hop around a lot from job to job. Very passionate about what they're doing, but they like to hop around a lot from job to job because they have, that's it, not so much as they lack of focus, but they're always constantly doing things that require them moving around. Unless they find the right kind of job to keep them completely mentally stimulated. That's one of the biggest things there. Or two, not having much of anything and working off of what they currently have. And in this regards here, this could be a situation, like I said, it's a beneficial situation for the male, because he's going to have less going into the situation. So I'll be careful when we saying this stuff, because I don't want to be too like, all Gemini males are broke. Not trying to say that. Or lack the ability to stay non-broke. Not saying that either. But they have potential to actually be more taking than giving. That's one thing. That's a good thing that I could say reasonably well in this regards to what I'm thinking right now. So in a situation, like I said, the Leo female just has to be careful that she's not giving out too much of trying to please the man, because there might be a some point in time where that reciprocation, that adulation and gratitude that she's desiring from him may not be feeling like it's enough. So that could be a huge cause of conflict in the relationship. Because as we already know, as we talk about the Leo females, or Leo people in general, that they tend to be Leo is a brooding sign. Leo is not one that searches for conflict unless you really put them in the back against the wall and they feel really, really, really down and out from you taking advantage of this identity. Because Leo is a generous sign. And the Leo wants to protect her kingdom. So she's gonna let you into the kingdom, talking about a Gemini male here, and as long as the Gemini male is doing what he needs to do to take care of what he needs to take care of to keep the Leo female happy and occupied, she will not be looking to get rid of the guy. Unless, like I said, those things happen to where she's feeling she's taking advantage of. Then that might cause conflict faster. Sorry, I blanked out. This car behind me on my tail quite close too often. Bothered me. But yeah, this situation here is actually very nice. Can be nice because on the positive side of this, Gemini is a very talkative, very social sign, which will actually push the Leo female to do a little more things, especially in the outgoing social level. Because one thing that I've noticed that Leo females tend to do, boom, actually Leo males too, they actually tend to be more homeward oriented and then outward oriented. You know, they like being all glitchy and glammy when it's time to be glitchy and glammy, be out, have their attention on them, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But that comes in different levels too. Not just saying that we gotta be all flamboyant and shit like that. Because you remember the stuff. Not saying all that. But they tend to be more homebodies. They like to do, like I said, they're a fixed sign. They like to do things and maintain things a certain kind of way. So with that being said, the Gemini male will have potentially the ability to bring her out a lot more than what she would be more willing to do so for the most part, you know what I'm saying? So that could be a big thing here. Let me see if I get the stop sign first. Bam, we're good to go. So that could be a very good thing for the Leo female, especially if she wants to be out and about and show her attention and show what she has, not show what she has, but show what she's willing to do for her attention for herself, because that stuff is very important. What it comes down to, because this Leo female, Leos in general like to be the center of attention. They do not like to compete with other people for attention, and that's one thing that we have to be careful of going out, especially in the social setting. That our good friend, the Gemini male, is not taking too much time and away from attention from the Leo female, because being a social butterfly that our talkative Geminis can be, that could be a situation for contention in a relationship where, and say in a direct social setting, the Leo female is like, oh man, you're not paying me no attention, you're talking to everyone, or everyone should be looking at me, and the person that I care most about in the room is not paying me attention the way I want it. Everyone should look at me, but you more so than anyone else. That could be a cause of contention, because Geminis have the gab, to get the gab, which is fine. I love it. It's a very, very talkative thing, especially even my introverted Geminis. When I get you guys are talking, holy hell. So quick-witted, torch, full of energy, full of information. Love it. So, all that being said, that's something that could be a cause of contention there if that is not treated carefully. And one thing here that's a good thing for in a relationship, the Gemini here, like I said, they have Leo being a fixed sign that she is, she will actually help ground the Gemini's mannerisms and ways. That's one good thing. Cause I keep on saying the water sign, the earth sign. Like Leo is the iffy sign. Cause they're both of them, water signs and earth signs, are actually emotional to some degree, but the fixation in the foundational period of the Leo female pushes it more towards the earth sign than the water sign. You know what I'm saying? More grounded into finances, keeping things right. And that's one, like I said, always applaud my Leo women for that, because they almost always have this stuff on point. Career-wise, money-wise, finances, all the good jazz. Phenomenal, okay? I'm gonna make a joke there, but let me not make a joke. Let me not make the joke right now. It's not bad though. It's not bad. This couple in here, like I said, they have the potential for a bunch of issues to come up because of each other's mannerisms. Because chances are the Gemini male would be the one who might be the approacher, because of the fact that it sees the allure of the Leo female and approach her with a nice conversation and gift of gab. The charm rich Geminis be with being able to be so persuasive with the words, make things happen, go forward. This coupling works out pretty well in the short term. That is something I can definitely say. It's very well, because all the conversations and the gabbing will make the Leo female feel like all the attention is put on her. even if the tension is not directly, just by the conversation being had. So in that regard, it's potentially maybe, unless the Leo is more outgoing, that could be a drawback in regards to relationship in the long run, because the Leo female may not be so, I don't want to say charismatic, that's not the right word, but not have that maintain that fire in the relationship for the Gemini male to not lose interest. Like I said, the only way I can really put it, if I was being too negative, but it's negative as hell, is like Geminis are like the ADHD sign of the zodiac. They're always constantly moving around and being bored easily. But that's another thing that works close to Aries and Sagittarius as well too, but not to the point of Gemini. That Gemini-ness helps with Mercury, the planet of Mercury, and affecting the anxiousness of them personally, mentally. They constantly move them around and worrying this and think about this and keep constantly moving this, that. Man, that's a whole bunch of things there. But that could be a sign of an issue in the long run. And this relationship in the long run is, I don't want to say it's a great relationship, but they do have a lot of potential. I say the biggest issue there that I can see happening is that the Leo female may not have the time and effort to put into the relationship with the Gemini male if he doesn't have all his ducks in a row and he's not already set financially or whatever he's doing. That could be a huge issue in that long-term effects there. Like I said about the boredom per se of the Leo female going towards the Gemini male, if you're not keeping that man mentally stimulated, he may wander from there. So that's something y'all watch out for as well too. But they have a lot of perks for each other. Like I said, one's a grounder to some degree. As a fire sign, that's good grounding ability for an air sign. That's good right there for the Gemini male. And potentially, maybe, might have the ability to help push them towards getting something more focused and maintaining something to better relationship in the long run, career-wise. That could be a good thing too, potentially. Who knows? What is another good benefit in this relationship here? There's just some good, some bad. I don't know if I made a video on this channel or not, but as I said before though, a lot of times the things that are very drawing to us as a novelty that we like in other signs, other people, because we potentially lack it, or more often not we lack it, can also be a negative later on as that novelty wears off. So that is one thing that I do foresee being the situation here. Let's say with the fixed signness and the potential of the boredness, being bored mentally. So as I said, this actually isn't a bad coupling. It's not bad. It's definitely not on the lower end of the spectrum. It's definitely the higher end, but I don't. Long term though, that's actually really hard to gauge it. Like, in all honesty, I would like you guys to give me some information down in the comments below about your own personal situations in regards to this Gemini male, Leo female combination, or you know someone of that, because I'm actually very curious about how that really went. Because I want to put like a 72%ish. Like, if they stay together, if they were to compromise for each other and make things work, then I foresee that actually potential actually be a decently long-lasting relationship. But it's not one of the relationships that are like greatly supreme. Actually, you're putting like a 68%, not a 70%, not a C, like a high D. That's what I'll put in this one. Trying to get the grading system. Because things can work, but there's also a lot of things that actually can really, really, really turn things around. Because one thing to be careful too is, like I said, Leo is a brooding sign. The Gemini male, with his sharp mind, quick thoughts, might say something that could be very offensive easily to Leo female. And you never really want to piss off a Leo female. Nothing really good comes from that in the long run. Short term or long run. You probably know immediately that you pissed her off, and then later on, you're just gonna blow up you later. Just not before love smoke, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's not too bad. I just this combination, like I said, it's not a great combination in my opinion, but it's not a bad combination. Okay, the ability for this coupling to last a decent amount of time comes down to who's going to compromise as to what. The Gemini male is already going to potentially be passive in the situation because of the fact that he's going to be coming to her kingdom, and that's typically how it is with all signs going to the Leo spectrum. You're going into the kingdom regardless if you want to or not. You're stepping into this and you're playing by the rules to some degree. Leo is royalty. Everybody else is peasants. Welcome to the zodiac, okay? But yeah, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe because it gets more content out. Give me more reason to pump these out for you guys, because I love to talk about this stuff, but I keep on getting distracted by all the other stuff, by other channels, and all the good job and jazz. I don't know what I put up there for. Like, I'm not gonna put the card up there for that. Probably not going to. But yeah, just FYI, As always, my friends, stay classy, be you, make a wish. Out. Boop.